12:45. And just recording. So who will be the actors in your case, and how we can use Cryptowerk for that use case?
Mm-hmm. Oh, continue. Yeah, can you explain the use case a bit further? So what exactly do you want to prove? How would the process look like? And then I add on how Cryptowerk would fit in there.
Sure. So Adnan, go ahead.
The best way to describe these things is like by trying to put ourselves in the user's shoes, like make a user journey and try how things proceed. So we have an applicant that is applying for a job, and then someone in the HR wants to validate that everything written in the resume is right. So basically, what is done nowadays, the process is like calling every company that is written in the CV, calling it and validating that this employee has worked there before, and checking the background, checking all the degrees that they got, all the certifications. So there is a really time-consuming and effort-taking process of validating all the information that is written in the CV. Mm-hmm. What we want here is like making everything automatic by putting everything on the blockchain. So basically, the applicant, the employee have here where we want to know how to connect things the best way. Is it like, do the employee himself need to like record everything that he accomplishes on the blockchain, or does the companies he worked for do that for him, or does the universities do that? So we need to focus really if it's a B2B or B2C, like our consumers are the employees themselves, or are the universities and companies. So here we want to know how things work, and we want it easier for the HR just to go over the CV and validate everything like in a click instead of just starting making calls all the day. So this is basically the added value that we're trying to accomplish here.
Yeah, that's great. That's first of all a very great use case, and I think that it makes definitely a lot of sense to implement blockchain as the source of truth, right? That's what we say in Cryptowerk. At Cryptowerk we say, okay, blockchain, we use it as a source of truth because you can trust the data that's on the blockchain. In your case, I would see where and you raised the correct questions. How would it work? Yeah, is the user puts the data on the blockchain, or maybe the universities, their older employees, and you would want to think, okay, who do I trust, or who do I want to trust? Because you say, if I, as the user or as the employee, I get my certificate from the school, I think the school needs to be able to verify this data, right? Because if I, as a user, would put the data, my certificate on the blockchain, then the next employer can say, okay, but maybe you have manipulated it after you received it. Yeah, you had your master's degree in digital art, for example. Then you manipulated the GPA, and then you put it on the blockchain. So you always want to put it on the blockchain as early as possible. Yeah. So when the data is created, let's say the certificate, your transcript, your certificate you receive from your job. When it is created, then you want to save it also, or the copy of it in the blockchain, so that there's less time to manipulate the data. So in this case, or in your case, I would maybe break it down, the use case a bit, and say, let's focus on one data stream. Let's start with universities. Yeah, JobHax, I think, is also implemented in universities, and say, what do universities issue to students? They issue transcripts or certificates, your bachelor, your master's certificate, and let's start there. And let's only put these type of data, these certificates, on the blockchain. And then you would, of course, I think the bigger vision is to roll it out, but then you would go to all the employees, and everyone would need to implement these things, or you build a platform. However, to use the Cryptowerk Horizon API, you would need an existing application. Yeah, you would want to have JobHax or the school's database, the access to seal the data, yeah, to take the hash of the data and then write it to the API to be anchored in the blockchain. Does this make sense?
I'm still thinking about it. Can you just go over it again. Like I was thinking that I'm a little bit lost. Can you summarize it one more time? Because I had like a few points that I wanted to ask about. And,
yeah. No problem. So I said what is good in your case is I would break the use case down. Yeah. So I would say what, for example, which stages do you have on the CV? You have done your master's degree, your bachelor's degree, you work for several employees, but which stage do you want to prove? And in your case now, I would start with one use case. Yeah. And one use case would be, for example, to verify certificates that schools issue. Yeah, so you go to schools and say the school issues master's degree certificates and transcripts, and these are the certificates you want to put on the blockchain. Yeah, to break it down. So this could be one approach here, and therefore you could use the API to dock on their existing systems. If you have another, like let's say JobHax, as far as I understand, or a platform where schools are connected to, you could also implement to the platform directly. But you want to keep in mind that you want to put the data on the blockchain or the copy as early as possible. So when the data is created, when the certificate is created. So you want to go either to the school or to create a platform where the documents are uploaded, but it's the safer side to go to the entity that creates the certificate.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I believe that he himself doesn't have like a motivation to really take the effort and record everything on the blockchain. He simply doesn't care. It's the HR work. So he wants to like take the effort to save the work of someone from the HR the company is applying to. So the people that will really take the effort to record everything on the blockchain are basically the employees that are suffering from manual validation of every CV. I believe they should be our consumers, because we are saving them effort. We are giving them automations for something that they need to do over and over. So this should be our target audience. We should give them a tool that allows them to put everything in a mutual blockchain that companies share, and where the data is encrypted, and only if there is a request from a company, and like we need to have some multisig or something to keep like the data from being exposed. We need to keep things discreet somehow. But because there is a request from one company to another, that simply if something is on the blockchain, then a company can read it. If it's not in the blockchain, then you can send a request to the company that is involved, and it can basically record it automatically on request. But the approach is the best way to have.
So another approach could be here that you use a platform, JobHax, I guess, where the school has directly access to. Again, you want that the school puts either the certificate on the blockchain, right? Or you provide an interface. And when the school sends from their database, issues the certificate for you, Adnan, sends it directly to your platform. And in this process, you would seal it and put it on the blockchain, so that when it lands in your platform, it already is on the blockchain and it can be verified. So then on the other side, the HR person only accesses the platform, JobHax or whatever platform you want to use, and then already can verify it. But you have on the one side the schools, then the platform, underlying that blockchain technology, on the other side the HR people. Right?
Yes, but this is like another issue is coming up. It's like the privacy. Like I don't want the entire world to know that I have a degree or what is my GPA, or so if I want to like make the data public, this is another issue we are dealing with.
So you would no, this is a great point, and that's what we. I mean, if using the Cryptowerk API, you would not put publicly your data on the blockchain. So how it works, you have the database of the, let's say the school again, with your certificate. You hash the certificate, cryptographic hash, which is one way cryptography way, so you cannot reverse it. And you only put this hash, you send to the API, and this is written to the blockchain. So even when you look up the blockchain, right, through an explorer, or you look up into the transaction, you only read a hash. You can never see directly if it was your certificate, what it even was, because you can only read a hash. And this is very important, that the data always stays in the database, but you take a copy of it, and that's what you put in the blockchain, and that's how you can verify it afterwards.
Understood.
And this is even, I mean, specifically for schools, or like more, let's say governments, or even public companies, they prefer to leave their data in their centralized system. Yeah, but then they put a copy of it on the blockchain, about a hash of it. So they don't need to say, okay, we put now everything out on the public blockchain, because they are not ready for this yet. So they say, okay, keep your data in the database, take a hash of it, and then you write this for you on the blockchain. And this is, I think, what would work in your case here as well.
So let me rephrase a bit, right? So in this case, applicants, they have to deal with any APIs, or they don't need anything. They just send, for example, to the company, they send their resume. There is company information, school, certificate, and so on. And then company should take it and verify it in blockchain where university added it. So companies trust to university in this case, yeah? And the university, let's say there is a transcript. That document, they store it, they make the hash and put it there. And when the student send, or applicant send the transcript, they do the hashing of it and compare with that, or how is that done?
So this the platform could do for the HR person, right? Let's say the HR person access the platform, the app that you guys want to build, and on the platform the verification would happen. What you would need, the let's say I submit my CV, right, with my master certificate. So I have the original master certificate, and this is what the HR person wants to verify. But this would be done on the platform. So what the HR person would need is your CV, the original master certificate, and the Cryptowerk seal, which is stored on the platform. But they would not need to directly put something in there. They would receive it from the applicant.
And for example,
okay, so just to, oh, sorry, Sako. This is Shola here. I want to confirm that everybody can hear me. Okay, so in my own opinion, what you are talking about, we might need to be able to communicate across different blockchains. And I see a use case for both Cryptowerk and Polkadot here, because with Polkadot we can communicate across multiple blockchains, and with Cryptowerk we can do the validation of data and communicate seamlessly, and also verify that the data we are communicating about is actually authentic. So yes, that was just me chipping in and confirming that everybody can hear me. So you can go ahead, Zoe.
Yeah, no, this is Olusola. How do I pronounce it? Olusola. Okay. This is a great point you're raising here, and Cryptowerk promotes interoperability, yeah, because as you've seen in the architecture, we are an API writing to Bitcoin, Ethereum, Hyperledger Fabric, whatever blockchain you want to have. However, we don't send messages from one blockchain to the other. It's only they say, right, this, thank you for sharing, Zako. We write the data into the blockchains at the same time. Polkadot, on the other side, lets blockchains communicate, yeah, so they send them between the chains, they say messages. However, they also have a different approach. They use, they have their own consensus algorithm. Yeah, they have a relay chain. They write into their parachains. But Cryptowerk is here more focused on proof of work and more established chains. Yeah, like the Bitcoin Ethereum one that are already out there. And they provide different advantages in terms of the number of nodes, the more established consensus algorithm. Yeah, proof of stake is just not very there yet. And others, but there is a similarity in the operability, but of course in the simplicity there's differences that you hear using Cryptowerk directly. I mean, you don't need to hold a wallet or really need this blockchain development expertise, and then that we have these multiple chains. But yeah, very good point that you're making this.
Okay, great. The perspective I was coming from was if, for instance, we wanted to verify maybe the past employer had this information on a different blockchain, and we wanted to verify from a different blockchain. So how do we make sure communication is seamless? So that was the perspective I was coming from. But thank you for clearing it up. So
yeah. So I mean, in this case, it would if you can only verify data, the certificates through the Cryptowerk API if you've registered them, if you've registered the data with it.
Yeah, sure.
Right. Yeah. And this is something we will explain in the workshop later on. Yeah, how to call the API, how to register, how to verify. Then you guys get maybe also a better overview on how it applicably works. Yeah.
So there we work. Okay. So Matthew joined also late from Germany, actually. Yeah. Matthew, sorry, you were in the middle.
Hi, Matthias.
To jump in here, we have also a recording.
Oops.
Yeah. I'm just reading the white paper to catch up on some things.
Yeah, awesome. So yeah, that's Sync. Zoe, she's from the Cryptowerk. She is giving us some ideas for our use case. We obviously will need to follow up after her, and there will be workshop. We need to probably also get there to simply try first to understand and use that API and create our own API, which our application will use it. So that's the whole point. So Zoe, just let me know if I understand you correctly. So in this case, you have the document, which is we take from the school. Then school will hash it and put in Cryptowerk. And then we'll provide this document to company. They will hash it and compare it with the one from school provided. And if the hash is same, it means the document wasn't changed. But if it's different, it means the document was changed somehow in the base. So is that whole point? Like the applicant just need to take it from school and submit it to company. That's the only thing they need to do.
Yeah,
Sorry, I believe we need to keep the applicant like out of the picture as possible, because he's not really motivated or not interested to take any effort on all of this. We are solving here a problem that companies have, not the applicants have. So the people that we need to involve here should be the companies. I believe the applicant should be like, it's transparent for him. He could not even hear about our platform and still apply to a job, and they will just verify everything written in his CV, and he gets that job or not without knowing that our platform exists. I think this should be the picture.
Can you repeat this? I think this was a very important point, but can you repeat this, Adnan?
Yes, what I'm saying is that as an applicant, I'm not motivated to take part in all of this, like putting my certifications and degree on the blockchain or my history or everything that I've worked and done. It's really not my job. It's the HR job to validate everything. So I take this effort myself. For me, just let them do their work. I'm just an applicant and sending my CV. So what we need to do here is just go, like our consumers should be, our goal consumers should be the HR people, the companies. We should focus on them. They should be our users. They are the ones that need to the data. They are the ones that need to get the job done automatically and as fast as possible. So they should be our goal, not the applicant. The applicant, the applicant can even not hear about and not know about our platform. I believe.
So the question is, how are they doing it today?
Today, as I believe Sako did the research. They just phone calls and call every university and every company that is written on the CV and just validate that this person has worked there or has taken a degree from this university and so on.
Mm-hmm.
What is the company for that after you pass interview? Other companies can support companies to do.
We can't hear you.
I can hear you very badly, yeah.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yeah, better. I think that's something in front of your mic.
I am.
Okay. Yeah, that's great.
Okay, so I was saying that, 1 second, let me share the screen. Just second. So I was saying that currently, in this case, if we want the trust between the companies, if let's say this company worked for that, so how it's happening, they ask you some documents, but it can be offer letter and anything, and then they just go and call to this HR and in-person talk and then confirm it. So in this case, there is no really any document much playing between the companies to validate if the person worked for company A and what was the duration. So in this case, how we can do that trust between the companies?
Mm-hmm. Right, and companies would be either companies, right, or as you said, the school, because you also graduate from the school. I might, let me share my screen, and I want to show you a use case, yeah, that might help you guys to understand the flow and to get some inspiration here, how the verification could work. I think it's this one, share. Yeah, cool. So this is one of our reseller who had implemented, and Kevin explained this in the call, but I just want to go into this a bit more in detail. That implemented the API in SharePoint, yeah, and we are translating this now into your use case, where we say, okay, we have the school's database, yeah. You have all the certificates. This is the database of the school or the university is also on this side. They would send. Yeah, you guys see me?
Yes.
Okay, they would send a hash. Yeah, they would have the user online algorithm, online tool to hash a PDF, yeah, your certificate, and then send it to the Cryptowerk Horizon API. This would all go here, yeah. Then we anchor it in the blockchains. What we want to send back is this Cryptowerk seal. And let's say this one, CB Digital Port of Trust, could be your platform, you are hosting. Yeah, this is the one you want to say to the HR people. So the seal would come back here and would be stored here. And then the HR people could access your platform and submit. Let's say a student comes and say, I want to apply for this job. Yeah, for this job here. Here's my certificate. You can prove it, and they would access your platform because on your platform there's the copy of the certificate stored, what the university has submitted. I mean, it's not exactly this case, but I hope this helps to understand the flow a bit more. So you would be here in the middle. The school would send the hashes. You would store the seals, and then someone who comes independently, the HR people can verify it through your platform.
Mm-hmm.
So will it be Zoe like as a key value pair kind of based on what would be the key in this case? Because all the hashes, let's say, and then how it's connected to the candidate and it's the right identity.
This happens on the document. So the document, the original document, yeah, I would give my original document to the company. They would upload it on the platform. The platform rehashes, yeah, creates an original hash again and matches it with the seals.
Okay.
And the seal looks it up on the blockchain, Yeah, it does some. It has a specific algorithm to create a super hash. So it's hash comparison, but also timestamp comparison. That's important. So what the API does, it compares, is this first of all the original content from hashing, yeah? Because if you hash the document has not changed, it's the same hash as before, as 30 years ago. But if it has changed, you want to know, is the timestamp on the blockchain also the correct one? And that's what the API does here.
So it will go check all the hashes in the platform. So
it would recreate the hash of the document, the original document, and then look for matches it with the seal that also has the hash in the seal, and it has an anchor hash from the blockchain.
Yes, I think stuff is word like about the amount of search we need to make until get the exact hash. But I believe we can have, like as you said, we can have them being ordered based on timestamp or something, so that finding the exact to go through all the hashes or the documents that you have on the platform in order to find one specific. You can't just maybe order them by any criteria. It would be easy.
So you would not need to do anything about this. This is what the API does, honestly, right? So just keep this in mind that you don't have to neither store the hashes. You only have to store the seal, which is has a lot of instructions how to verify the document in the end. But the comparison and the verification does the API itself.
So once we get the document, our API should do to hash it SHA-256 and send it to the API, horizon API, checking it. Yeah, probably after the workshop will be more clear.
Yeah. I think Kevin might show also a demo. I could show you guys this now, but let me see what he will show in the workshop. Yeah, I think it's a quick demo where we also that's a demo with the interface, because as you know, API is sometimes difficult to show if you don't have the end product in it, or the UI at least. So I think he will show this, and then give some more. It's just visualized then, yeah, how it could work.
Yeah, I think it's a good start. So one, probably the final question. So with that, we won't be able to put the data in blockchain, yeah? We will only store the hash of that. So you won't put any...
No original data. No original data or PII is on the blockchain. It's just a hash, and actually, it's a hash of a hash. So it's even, it's a super hash, we call it, because the API hashes the hash again. So you need some, for the verification, you need to do some math to actually find out what was the original hash. But it's so many hashes in here, but there is no original data on the chain. And this is very important.
It reminded me the compiler program that create and then compiles itself, something like that. Yeah. I think you'll need a bit more check on that, but I think it's a good start. Well, one more thing. So if we use because there was also two platforms to use, if we use Polkadot, can we store that data as well, or it doesn't?
Yeah, so Polkadot is at the moment not supported by Cryptowerk. So we would need to have it implemented. We have it not implemented yet. When you sign up on the website and get your API keys, you would write into Bitcoin and Ethereum testnet. Yeah, it's Ethereum Rinkeby and Bitcoin testnet on default. So this is what you would have, or accessible through the API keys for the hackathon.
Can you repeat what was his question? I can't hear him. But,
yeah, sorry, there was a question.
That's what questions. I couldn't hear it. I only heard your answer.
So, my question was, sorry guys, I don't know, like it seems so much. So my question was, if we use the Cryptowerk, can we store any data besides just the hash? She said, no, that's not. So I think my question is also, Zoe, are we choosing to use Bitcoin or Ethereum, or it's abstracted looks, yeah, by Cryptowerk? We don't need to understand or go deep.
You don't, that's the beauty of it, right? So you don't need to write Solidity, yeah? the development language for Ethereum, or to write something into Bitcoin. You really simply just submit the hash, and the rest is what Cryptowerk does. And Cryptowerk actually hosts or runs a Bitcoin node and Ethereum node, and holds the wallets for it and pays for the transaction, yeah? So this is everything that the API does for you. In, let's say, a real customer case, yeah, if a customer comes and says, we want to have Polkadot implemented, we do this. But now for the hackathon, you guys will only write into Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yeah, this is what's on this test account that we provide.
Oh, so there is a test account. There is no limits. Yeah, we can use free trial version and API.
Yeah.
There is throttling limit and so on at the moment.
Yeah, I mean,
is the platform connected to the Ethereum testnet? Like,
yeah, Ethereum Rinkeby. It's Ethereum Rinkeby. If you go into the Blockchain Explorer and want to look up the transaction, it's in the Etherscan. I mean, if you use Etherscan, would be Rinkeby and Bitcoin testnet.
Matthew, any questions over Irfan? You guys?
No, I don't have any question.
Yeah, Zoe, then we will let you. I know you have a bunch of stuff going. Sorry for a bit.
Wow, this is great. Very good to talk to you guys. Yeah, join the workshop later with Kevin. And if afterwards I have still more questions, I'm happy to jump on another call or tomorrow and guide you through. And yeah, we can chat via Discord as well. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate
it.
Thank you, guys.
We'll follow up with you.
Sorry, before we go,
yeah.
I wanted to ask.
Yeah,
sorry. Are we going to be able to come up with a flowchart of what we've just discussed here, how the flow is actually going to be? Because that will give the developers some insight on what the components and parts of the application will be communicating with each other.
Yeah.
So I think, though, if you can share that also, the architecture you were showing, that would be also a good start for us.
Yeah, the one I was showing. Oh, did I switch my slides right now?
No, we don't see your screen.
Okay, because there's another one, and again, Kevin will explain this, go over this in detail later. This is also a bit what I explained before, yeah, the flow. You have your data, you create the hash or the application, yeah. The hash gets sent to the Cryptowerk API. The API creates the seal and sends the seal back to the customer, yeah, or to you guys, to the application. This is what you guys would need to store, the seal. It's a JSON object. It's, I think, I'm not sure how big, but it's not. It doesn't take too much space, but it's simple JSON. And this is in the register. In the verify call to verify the data. Then afterwards, it's a bit of a different process. It's what we discussed as well. You would take the document again, the PDF, the certificate, the application creates a hash again, and compresses it with the seal, and then sends it to the API, where the API looks it up in the blockchain and then says, okay, it's the original or the document, or it was manipulated. This is what the API proves. Is it the certificate from Zarko from year 2018, graduated at ITU? Or is it with this GPA? Or is it manipulated in a specific, was it manipulated at all? That's what you can prove.
Great. Yeah, so this works.
You can take a screenshot right now if you guys want.
Yeah, let me take it. So I think that's really fine. So just here the events, Zoe, what means as events in our use case?
Oh, this would be just a, let's say, a digital event. Yeah. We're also talking IoT use cases where you have an event created on an IoT device, for example. Documents can be a PDF document or any type of transaction. So it's really everything that's digital, and it doesn't matter how big it is, what size the file or the digital event has, because you always hash it. And the hash SHA-256 always has a size of 32 bytes. Yeah, so it doesn't matter what type of digital asset it actually is. It can be anything.
So in our use case, we don't have too much data related to, in events. recruitment.
For you, it would be PDF, I guess, right? Or a document, or a Word document, or whatever a letter, yeah, anything that you want to verify what's written on the VC. Let's say your certificate or a letter from the employee.
Maybe you can just put the employee details, like the university will put the name, the ID number, and the degree number, something like that, and we can hash this info. And once one company wants to out, they can just simply type the employee number, their degree that they are claiming to have, and just submit it, and the API will check if this data exists or not.
Correct. But this would be also, I mean, you would put this into a document, right? Or where would put this information into, and you would then hash the group of this information, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's much convenient to hash the information and not the document itself.
Mm-hmm.
Because the info what matters.
Yeah, but where would you put, let's say, your student ID? It's just the line in the database, or you would create a document to put the ID on it?
We can just put the data like in a simple text to the document, like the ID followed by the name, followed by the degree, followed by the degree number and the year. Just a sequence of letters, and we can have this info.
Yeah. Yeah, it works.
Also, to shed another light to it, I think we can, when we collect the data object from the user, right? Because there's going to be some information that the user is going to be passing in, which I think in the end you'll be providing us with what exactly we are expecting from the users. And that we can use to create the hashes, because that is actually the data we want to actually hash. And we can use that data object to create the hash, and that hash can later be verified whenever we want to retrieve whatever object or manipulate or update whatever objects we have, whatever data we have. So, yeah, basically. And I also saw that in the Cryptowerk introduction video, it was said that they have their own, they have an available function that we can use to actually hash data if we don't use an external hashing function. So they also have an hashing function we can use to actually hash the data. So I think that should take care of.
Yeah, it's not, I mean, you can create, let's say, simply create a hash in the terminal, right? And just use a line of code to create a SHA-256. This is something that would need to be done, or you would need to use an online tool and implement it, let's say, in your application. But the API itself has not the hashing functionality implemented for now.
Oh, okay.
But again, in the workshop, I think it will be a bit more clearer to say, okay, how can you simply hash a document and then send it to the API? This will be explained.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a burden, because most of the applications we have, we will be using to work with the data have already existing hashing functions, which you can also borrow. And we expect them to actually come out with the same output, since they all use the same algorithm depending on the kind of hashing function you're trying to use.
Isn't it explained on the documentation page? Everything?
Yeah. That's true. The tutorials there actually really just walk you through, and this is what Kevin will explain as well, yeah? That you grab your document, or I think there's the example used, life is beautiful. You type it in, you create SHA-256 in the terminal, and then you would send it to the API. So read through this maybe as well. It's very supportive, from my point of view, this documentation.
So yeah, I think we should let the Zoe go, because I think we spent over time anyway. I think pretty much we have a good understanding, Zoe. We will just follow up with the team and of the workshop. And if you have further questions, we can have follow up call with you and show what we have made. And so I think first thing for us will be a bit focus on coordination of the team and to understand the Horizon API, how it works and so on, and we create with any document and then bring to our use case. And yeah, so yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate your time, really.
Thank you so very much.
Great. Thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
so-
Later.
For the team.
So I also post the video.
Yeah.
I'll also post the recording in
Yeah.
WhatsApp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please stay the team and we'll let Zago continue and then quickly sync up. So guys, just I will share with a bit quickly about stuff. I know for some of them it's being late. Thank you for staying late. Really appreciate. So just quickly some logistics I have to show you. So everybody who didn't get access to GitHub for the pushing and so on. So it's Babylon project. I shared the link. I think, I'm not sure if anybody didn't get it. That's all the users we have here. Kimberly, Pablo, yeah, that's, if you don't see your name here, let me know. And you're also Adnan admin. If you guys, I can make you admin if you, but I think so far it should be good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I think everybody's here. Nihal, she said she was getting some work. I don't know. Yeah, we'll hopefully join. So we're gonna have here the GitHub, the issues based on your understanding first. As you understand, we need to work on the use case, understand the crypto case, and I'm sorry a bit, Adnan, I will need to repeat it again for the ones who joined later because it's really important. So we need the timeline for the hackathon. It starts 7 p.m. Everything is in PST time zone, in San Francisco PST time zone. It starts today 7 p.m., which you see it's 1:35, and it will continue till Sunday midnight, which is Sunday 12 a.m. It will continue. I tried to put here some time zone. Let me know if it doesn't make sense to you or if it's not correct. Feel free to fix it. I tried to make it. So
add the deadline to this sheet. Like I still.
Sorry.
Can you add the deadline to this sheet where you show the time zones so that everyone can know what is the deadline on their time zone, on their local time zone?
So yeah, I think it's day 9 now. I think it's now we are, let's say 1 p.m. That's something I will fill this day 10 and we'll try to make it deadline. So I will need to work on it. But yeah, that's the thing. We need everybody synchronized with PST time zone, which is a hackathon is happening, all the events, all the time they post, it's based on PST. So please coordinate with the PST time zone.
Okay, so deadline is Sunday?
Midnight PST, yeah. Which means for you gonna be the morning. So it will be like PST 00 will mean for you based on that's a timeline. So
okay, I will check it out.
So that's the event I try to put in the yellow, the hackathon and sessions. Currently there is sessions going, workshop. We will need to jump in. There is also recording of that. I think later we can also check it out in case if you miss. Yeah, if you guys feel late, you can in the morning can check out the session. So here all the team info is here. GitHub is the main place, and for the meetings, yeah, please feel this. You have all access to this, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just add for the second meeting, like we had, just write our name and get it done.
Yeah. So we're gonna first pretty much work on architecture. Zoe, she was sending today. Simple Python should make a call, should upload a document and send it and get it. So I think similar one, I will say, could be followed. There is a simple API, I would say. So there is a resume parser, simple API that's you upload in Python, let's say like that, and then it extract you. So it can be followed as a Django framework. That could be one of the things we can work follow that pattern in Django, and it will make API call. And so we need to follow that tutorial and create similar to that as API. So that's could be first, but again, we need to work on architecture. That's the first thing, architecture, design, and so what they want to see here, one second. Sorry, it's if I am jumping from here and there. So here is they want to see creativity, innovation, technology, difficulty, experience, and so on, using the existing platforms. And that's the deliverables they want by tomorrow. So we need a pitch deck, which is 15 slides, 5 to 7 minutes demo, what we're gonna show, and we're gonna submit in the YouTube using the Zoom, record the session. So here is the deliverables, which is 12 a.m. Will be by here in PST time zone. And GitHub we use, we're gonna use WhatsApp for faster communication. And yeah, let's start checking the horizon and follow up. And let's also put the documents here in the GitHub. So yeah, Matthew, you want to say something?
Yeah, I think it would be cool if we could create like a flowchart of the different components that we need to build.
Yeah, that's today the workshop. We're gonna check out the Cryptowerk workshop. We should be also to use other Polkadot or some other thing if we find it's not enough for us, but there is a web workshop for Cryptowerk. Let's check it out and then start working on that.
Yeah,
okay.
I think the web.
I can start working on the value proposition and the pitch deck, like maybe tomorrow.
Okay, nice.
Right. Okay.
So I am in DevOps. I will also check the Horizon API and bring that one to there and try to contribute. And Matthew, what about you? Which part?
I'm actually not sure if I got all the parts because
okay, guys, I need to leave now.
Okay.
Sure. Siadan, thank you so much for joining. So I think I will post also, Matthew, the recording of our meeting, so you can also check out. And I will create architecture and so on based on tomorrow you wake up. I think you will have some understanding. I will try as much as create issues for you guys. You can create your own issues or you can get and work on existing issues. So then it should get more clear after workshop and so on. So yeah. Irfan, also, are you guys good?
Yes, I am. I think I am.
You're good also? Okay, which part you want to start checking out?
Yeah, so I'm in on dev, so
okay.
I don't know if there are dev issues that we need to prep. Maybe we need to prep the front end and back end repos, whatever we think. I think I can begin on that. So while you are trying to create the issues, I think you should put that in mind so that we can begin to look into that, because we also need to dedicate time for dev work. And given the fact that we have limited time, I think the faster we do that, the better for us.
Yeah, I think it would be great if like someone who has an overview just like dissects all the issues and breaks them down.
Yep.
And then other people who maybe don't have much time or don't have the whole picture can still focus on the small issues.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good that Adnan took over the pitch deck. I will take over architecture overview, create some documentation, some initial coding, and then what we need to do and create issues. When you guys tomorrow wake up, you can start checking and then we can follow up. If something not clear, we'll follow up and we will pair up if we need over the Zoom.
Yeah, so, I could start like building get the Cryptowerk API running with a PDF document or something. Maybe a small page where you upload it and it automatically gets.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the resume parser we worked. in Django. Matt, I think that will be perfect for our use case. What it's doing, you just run, let's say, Python, and then you upload as argument the PDF, and it's doing just parsing it and pushing. So same architecture we can follow. It's API in Django. So same we can follow. Instead of parsing resume, let's say we can put that document, hash it, and send it to Cryptowerk. So Irfan, are you good? Irfan, can you hear us? Yeah, I don't think he get. Okay, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's muted. So, okay, guys. I think Irfan, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Are you clear about what's going on?
Yeah, but I didn't get what task I am supposed to do.
So check Horizon API. Today there will be also a workshop. Check the API in general, the use case we discussed, and check, I don't know, like whichever part you are interested to work, and just let us know. I'm not sure, yeah, because we have been through so much stuff talking. I'm not sure if what you are still, so you still have a question or what? I didn't get it.
Actually, you told the API part like that. For that, I need to go through the workshop video which you shared on the WhatsApp group, that YouTube link. Do I need to do that?
So there will be workshop. Zoe was saying that you can understand a bit more better, but the thing is, you get the problem first. What you're
problem and the solution what we're trying to get, I got, but since I'm not that much good or like that in blockchain part, so the implementation part I didn't.
You don't need blockchain. I think you're missing still points. So blockchain is on the hood. We don't need to do it. We need just to use Cryptowerk API, which will take care of all of these features.
Yeah, I think you can just read like the link we posted here with the quick start.
Yeah.
And it's basically just an API call to REST API, for example.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a thing. It's simple way. So I will try to create issues, Irfan, and you. Yeah, sorry, but you it's very packed 2 days. You really need to like to just figure out yourself, and it's not really all of us clear, and we are not clear what we're gonna do. That's the way of hackathon is. You have to hack stuff. So I will say be proactive. If you have question, go ask. Don't stop and wait that people will come and give you task and you will do it. So it's not the way hackathon works. Okay. Are you clear now?
Yeah. So the recordings of the hackathon, they will be uploaded on this channel where you.
Yeah, this one I will share with you.
Okay, cool.
So the whole point, Irfan, don't wait, go create task and do it. So that's the way hackathon. Okay, I will try my best, create architecture, create as much clear, and create some issues that you can work on. But even so, if it doesn't make sense to you, go and create yourself. That's the whole point. I think mentor and she said, and we all hear the same thing. So let's go for it. Okay, guys, I think you are late for you. I will let you guys get enough sleep. It's again to take some fun. Don't burn yourself, and let's try to build a good coordination between us. And if you have any question, again, don't wait, just ask in WhatsApp, Discord, or whatever way you would like. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Good night. It was nice to talk to you. Matthew, Irfan, Olusala.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.